hear the flowers kinda crying loud, the breeze is sounding sad. Oh no, tell me, when did we become so cold and empty inside? Lost away a long time ago. Did we really turn that blind? We don't see that we keep hurting each other, no. All we do is just fight. Now we share the same bright sun, the same round moon. Why don't we share the same love? Tell me why not? Life is shorter than most have thought. I'm about to lose the battle and cross the line. I'm about to make another mistake, and even though I try, hold my hand, there are many ways to do it right. Hold my hand.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Jummah journey, soon to be the journey, Cape Town and SA's heart and soul. With me, your host MJ Lee, Muhammad Junaid Shafiq, is sitting down, having coffee after iftar, mind you. 69 on Main, Surayya's restaurant. How many times have we not said it on the show? Cape Town has many talented sons. We've said it once, twice, three times. Riyad Musa, Stuart Taylor, Bola Conradi, Shameen Adams, Emo Adams, Vernon Philander, plenty of them. We've all had them on the show. Another talented son of Cape Town, still an international star, a cricket legend. We welcome him on the show. The great, the mighty Herschelle Gibbs. Herschelle, welcome to the show.
I wouldn't say about the great, the mighty, but just welcome anyway. Yeah.
Herschelle, 23 years. Illustrious, a long period of time. I remember anecdotes of Brian McMillan talking about, well, he was called Scooter at the age of 15 and 16. Yeah. You've devoted so many years to cricket as a professional cricketer. You are still admired the world over. 438, your 6 sixes, so many accolades and achievements. Youngsters still look up to you as a role model. What would be your single most valuable lesson that you feel as an international cricketer you've learned and that you can pass on to the youth?
Yeah, I think in this, if there is a message that I can, take from all of this, I think the word opportunity. We're all blessed with a particular talent. Some are blessed with a bit more talent than others. Ultimately, we still have an opportunity. Whether you've got more talent than someone else, you will still have an opportunity. And I was blessed with a bit of talent. And, when I first started playing first-class cricket at the age of 16, there was an opportunity that was presented to me. It was something that dreams are made of. Obviously, my dreams became reality a lot earlier than most people or most cricketers do. The other big name, of course, Sachin Tendulkar, started playing international cricket at the age of 16. I was playing first-class cricket, not quite international just yet, But like I said, there's opportunity that came with it. And it's the things that dreams are made of. I started living my dream at the age of 16 and took the opportunity with both hands, but at the same time, still living the life that I wanted to live. I've never sacrificed too much of my sport and restrict the way that I wanted to live. And I think that is something that I'd like to drive home with regards to the message that you maybe asked me to relate to others, is that despite the career that I undertook at that stage, I still wanted to do what I wanted to do as a person, enjoy the sort of life that I wanted to live. And that is exactly what I've done up until almost turning 40 next year, So I took the opportunity with both hands, but at the same time, still being the person I wanted to be. And it hasn't been always easy because there's a lot of spotlight on you when you become a public figure. And because of that, sometimes it can restrict people from being themselves, simply because they don't want to harm the image that comes with being, say, a professional cricketer or a cricketer that played for South Africa, or when you represent your country. So it hasn't always been easy. I've made my mistakes. Everybody knows that. I've had some fantastic times over the last 23 years. Like I said, I've made my mistakes. Took my punishment like a man. And here I am today, still playing and still living my dream. And the dream is about to get bigger, which I've told you about. And yeah, I mean, it's been fantastic. I've met some wonderful people in my time, all around the world. Made some wonderful friends. And that's what life's about. It's the opportunity that I was faced with, and it's turned into something so big. But because I made the most of the opportunity, then opportunities, especially in this economy, in the economic state that not only our country is, but there's plenty of countries that are in a bit of a turmoil as far as the economic, the economy is concerned. It's just making the most of the opportunity and grabbing it with both hands, because you never know what lies ahead and what you can accomplish when you actually set your mind and your heart, into something.
23 years, a staggering period. 2 months ago, I chatted to Richard Levy, also on the show. I asked him about the status of T20 cricket. And he felt that perhaps with your flair and the manner in which you have expressed yourself as a cricketer on the field, you would perhaps best be in the position to answer. The razzmatazz of T20 cricket, you're playing in the Caribbean, you're playing in Australia, the Big Bash, a big name there, very big name actually, and all over the world. You told me on the radio interview that I did with you a few months ago that you feel perhaps your bat doesn't wield as heavily as before. Many would still disagree. Yeah. I mean, close to the age of 40, you still look like 25. It's years of devotion. Yeah. Do you think the razzmatazz of T20 cricket is eventually going to overshadow all other formats of the game?
It's a difficult question to answer, simply because it's been so popular since it started 10 years ago. I mean, T20 has been around for 10 years now. It started in the UK, and it's not the players that had anything to do with it. It's the spectators. If the spectators stop supporting it and stop filling the stadiums, then obviously the administrators are then going to question it. But it's grown into such a big product, not only in our country, but all over the world. And obviously, the IPL drives it home completely, because that is the biggest one. It's got the most viewership. It's got the most money. Comes with all the razzmatazz. It is, the T20 format's only 3 hours long. It's a wonderful product, and people have taken to it, like a house on fire. So I don't think it's going to overshadow Test cricket, because Test cricket is still the true form of the game, but the people must understand now that it's become such a commercial product, T20 cricket, that sponsors are gladly happily, to get on board with these sort of formats, because it's supported worldwide, and people can say sometimes there might be a little bit of overkill, but until such time as people stop supporting it and stop filling the stadiums, there's going to be no talk of overkill. It's a different breed of cricketer too. It's a different way of actually making a career for yourself. And the viewership is fantastic, and there's so many more opportunities now for the modern day cricketer, because it's a different breed of cricketer, it's a different mindset. It's become such a global product with the viewership. The sponsors know that they can get recognition worldwide, and the sky's the limit with regards to a product like this, because it's been around for 10 years and it's still going. These competitions are happening all around the world now. That the Caribbean League now starting at the end of the month, that's going to take off too. So the sustainability is there. It's been there, and I think it will go on for quite a while still. So there's a lot more opportunities for the up-and-coming cricketers. Ultimately, I've obviously had a dose of it, being a T20 specialist now the last couple of years. But I'm still very much from the old school, The Test cricketer for me was still the place or the stage that I wanted to perform at. And although the one-day format came a bit more naturally to me. I think there's a bit more, to do with your mental, mental capacity with regards to Test cricket, and it's your true ability, that get tested. I think with regards to T20, it's going to be around for a long time, but I don't think it'll ever overshadow, Test cricket. I don't think so. The Champions Trophy is now something of the past. I think where 50-over cricket stands, we'll probably know the answer after the next World Cup in 2015.
Hold my hand, there are many ways to do it right. Hold my hand.
Winners Supermarket and Cash and Carry, Melkbos Street, Lentegeur, Mitchells Plain, the store that gives and saves you more, where every cent is well spent. 25 aisles of affordable goods, every household catered for. 5 special departments, Winners Supermarket and Cash and Carry, Melkbos Street, Lentegeur, Mitchells Plain, the store that gives and saves you more.
Hold my hand, there are many ways to do it right. Hold my hand.
Leg stump. He doesn't have to run away. There he goes. Hits the way on the onside. Will it beat the field? Yes, it has. That's 4 as well. Martin diving away. Didn't quite get there. Oh boy. When you start to see the fast bowlers jabbering away, then you know things are starting to change.
Well, it looked like a Sydney Harbour Bridge there, the way he dived over that. I've got to tell you, Tony, that's where you live. Look at that. Oh, what's going on?
The Sydney Harbour Bridge. Oh boy.
Spanning the ball.
Gibbs on strike on 140. Oh, he's hit that one beautifully. One bounce, I think, for 4. Superb shot. Over cover. That's exactly what he's got to do. Stay put on leg stump or middle of the leg. If it's out there, pick his gap. Hit it over the head.
Hold my hand, there are many ways to do it right. Hold my hand.
Many people have asked me, when you eventually interview Herschelle Gibbs, and that day is today, on the show, ask him about 2 things. 6 consecutive sixes. That was at the World Cup in the West Indies.
Yeah.
Secondly, the mammoth, legendary 438. You led the charge. Yes, it was a team effort. It was. But individuals stood out. And you were the most dominant figure on the day. And you were playing against Australia. What went through your mind? Because you played with such freedom, with such expression. And many people say, well, that was Herschelle's natural game.
Yeah, it always will be my natural game, That's why I say the one-day format is a lot more easier for me. It's a way of expressing yourself with certain limitations, because every game of cricket, irrespective if you play Test cricket 50 over or T20 format, the basic principles still apply. You still need partnerships in order to play a particular way, and understanding your role, and you'd like to obviously implement that whenever you can, with regards to what your role is in the team. Yeah, but I think that particular day was a very special day. I think everybody that witnessed it, both live, at the stadium and around the world, and I think people were just so engrossed and surprised that a game of that sort of caliber could take place, and I think if it wasn't for the particular wicket, the actual pitch, that's why a lot of people say it was the perfect game, because the conditions were fantastic. Everybody knows that the Wanderers, because it's at altitude, you've got to just get a bit of blade on it, and the ball's going to fly. So that from that point of view, it's the perfect conditions, and very much a high-scoring venue. And that obviously was the epitome of high-scoring game. I don't think it's ever going to happen again, simply because bowlers have become a lot more skillful too. And batters always have been skillful, but the bowlers have become a lot more better. There's a lot, there's a bit more variation. There are not as many freebies around. You don't get too many loose balls, because the bowlers are now a bit more skillful. So I think that particular day, if you look back at their innings, Ricky Ponting played an unbelievable knock. But, it started with Gilchrist and Katic at the top, came down Andrew Simons also blasted a quick 50-odd in no time, in the back end. And it was just a magnificent game. And obviously when we went into bat, we knew that the top 3 or top 4 had to fire. And I think myself and Graham's partnership on that particular day just gave us the impetus, gave us the momentum to get it up and running. A lot of people put their TVs off, obviously, in Australia, because obviously they were 6, 8, 9 hours ahead of us. At the halfway mark, they just said, okay, Australia had obviously won that. But myself and Graham got things going up front. And unfortunately, he got out 90. He could have got 100 and maybe 55 balls, because I think he got 90 in 50 balls. It was also unbelievable innings, But it gave us the momentum. And I'm not sure about the belief, because we went out there with nothing to lose, And because the conditions were as good as they were, it enabled us to play whatever shot, either whether it was premeditated or they actually just played it on its merit. The conditions allowed us to play the sort of shots that we wanted to play. All we needed to do was pick where we wanted to hit. And if the right ball came along, and it did on that particular day, we could go with it, and maneuver it the way we wanted it to. To have centre stage like I did for a couple of hours was obviously my defining moment in my career. And, all my life I wanted to win a World Cup. And, unfortunately, I'll never know what it's like. I would never have that feeling, because I'm, obviously not going to play in another World Cup. But that particular day, I think, was my defining moment. And an innings or a game, or to be part of a game so big, was just fantastic. And, obviously, the DVDs have been played about it, so it will never, ever be forgotten.
Hold my hand, there are many ways to do it right. Hold my hand.
And on the ramp we have Tasmania, looking to be fashionable yet modest. For men's and ladies' clothing, look no further than Taz Boutique. Shop 1, Block 5, Batesville Shopping Centre, next to Pizza Time. Call us on 021 633 1367 or 071 786 9495. Taz Boutique, where our passion is your fashion.
Find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Tasmania.
My hand, there are many ways to do it right. Hold my hand.
And again, that's gone. That's gone. That's gone way, way up. A huge 6. Well, who would believe what is happening here? The most 6s in a match is 21. And they've now got to 21.
And Gibbs has gone to 150. What a stroke. Fetch that.
There was a time just a little while back when those guys were jumping up and down for joy. Yep. Right at... Oh boy. What a shot. Perhaps it wasn't the message. That's an unbelievable shot.
What can you say?
Hold my hand, there are many ways to do it right. Hold my hand.
You're still playing T20. Many have classified Herschelle, Gibbs and many others as T20 assassins and mercenaries, circumnavigating the globe, wielding their heavy bats. You're playing in the Caribbean. You played in Bangladesh, also T20. You played in the IPL. You're still very popular with the Scorchers in the BBL. Yeah. Talk to us about this healthy energy drink and this concept, just very briefly for the benefit of the viewers of the show. It's an opportunity more than just an energy drink.
Yeah, for sure. Basically, everything happens online. Okay, the company called Vima, which is an American-based company, started producing this product, this energy drink, 10 years ago already. They spent $1 million in the laboratory, which they have at the plant itself, to produce this product. It's the healthiest energy drink you can get on the planet. So the company's been in existence for over 10 years. They've also got there's one or two other products that they have. But for now, the energy drink is in South Africa. We've started it out now in Cape Town. It's been here now 9 months. It's already 300 or 3,000 brand partners. Okay, when I say brand partners, I'll explain to you now how you actually become. So, what happens is, and people that are very, that would like to inquire about the product can see it online at vima.com. They can have a look at the product. That's the company. So, how you get started with this, with regards to buying the energy drink and then starting your own business. It's based on a pyramid model. All right? People must understand that, they will have the people that don't buy into the theory that I'm about to explain to you because they think it's a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is illegal. It's illegitimate. You have product. We have product. I can give you product. I'm going to give you product just in a few minutes. So it's all legal. Company averages $20 million a month. It's now in 59 countries worldwide. So how do you actually get started? So you buy for $705, or so rand, should I say. You get a case of Verve, the energy drink, right? It then enables you to start up your own website. So all the sales are done online, all right? The minute you get 2 other people to buy a case from you, you then start earning commission.
There are many ways to do it right on my head.
Portland's Meat Hyper, Merridale and Montague Drives, ideal for all your meat deli requirements. Portland's Meat Hyper also caters for functions renowned for quality sausage, braai meat, super braai packs and chicken. Portland's Meat Hyper in Merridale and Montague Drives, taste quality.
On my head, there are many ways to do it right on my head.
In closing, there have been rumors that Herschelle Gibbs will star in a Bollywood movie or two, right? So just before we conclude the interview, you need to just clarify some of this. That you will be hosting your own talk show somewhere in South Africa or abroad. You will continue to play cricket for a very long period of time because they say you mature with age. Now, if we look ahead, what can we expect from the legendary Herschelle Gibbs? Are we going to see you with Amitabh Bachchan in a movie? Are we going to see you coaching? There's also been this rumor that you'll be taking up a position as a player coach initially and then ultimately just become a coach. Writing, you've been there, you've done that also. What can we expect from Herschelle Gibbs in the future?
Actually, I don't know. I'm not sure what I can expect from myself even. But I was privileged enough, obviously, to be in an advert with Amitabh Bachchan already for the Big Boss.
Yes, I saw it.
Yes, the Big Boss, as they call him. So I've knocked that one off. I've ticked that box, But coaching is another thing. I don't know if I quite have the patience to be a coach and to actually sit there and watch people play anymore because I am quite selfish. I don't just watch anybody play because I'd like to be entertained as well, if I'm going to actually sit down and watch a game. So I don't know about the coaching, but I know this energy drink, I think, for me, for now, is my baby. I still would like to play another 2 years as far as my 2020 is concerned because I still do love actually playing the game. I haven't played for the last couple of months, and I do miss it a hell of a lot when I don't play. So the passion is still there with regards to my cricket, but the sideshow is the Verve, and I think that I can open doors for people that they themselves never dreamt of. If I can make an impact like that, then I can feel a sense of pride and accomplishment and achievement, not only from my cricketing point of view, but to get into people's lives too.
Many more still to tick off. The mighty, the legendary SA cricketer Herschelle Gibbs. It's been an honor and a privilege to have you on the show. Thank you for joining us for this conversation.
Thank you very much, and don't be too scarce, please.
Well, there we go, in conversation with legendary SA cricketer Herschelle Gibbs on the Jumu'ah journey, soon to become the journey. Cape Town and SA's heart and soul, sitting down having a cup of coffee with the great man himself at Soraya's, 69 on Main in Mowbray. Remember, after iftar. You want to become part of the show? SMS your comments 084217 5759. Facebook.com/MJ Lee. On Twitter at MJ Lee Kung Fu. Access the site mjleekungfu.com. Download a host of clips and previous interviews we concluded on the show over the last 6 months to a year. The Jumu'ah Journey proudly sponsored by Winners Supermarket and Cash and Carry, Portland's Meat Hyper and Delhi Taz Boutique, and now Soraya's, 69 on Main in Mowbray. Don't go away. We conclude after the break.
Hold my hand, there are many ways to do it right. Hold my hand.
Okay, Herschelle, as a South African Kung Fu athlete, the concept of Kung Fu is for us to constantly strive towards improvement, reach stages close to perfection. So that applies to every facet of life, and where we can express ourselves, we can be creative and be yourself. Our belief in Kung Fu is that a master dwells within each individual, and only you as the person, you can choose to liberate that master and show people exactly who you are. That comes from within. And I believe in a 23-year period, you've done that. You've released the master within, and you've entertained crowds all over the world, and people have idolized you and continue to do that. But just as a token of appreciation from my side as a Kung Fu practitioner, I'd like to present you
Thank you.
with this. Hopefully you can put it on your desk
I shall.
somewhere. Don't use it. And perhaps think of Kung Fu every now and again if you happen to glance at it on the desk. But many congratulations, 23 years.
Thank you.
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
And hopefully you can still continue to do that for a number of years.
Thank you. It's a very kind gesture, and thanks for having me on the show. It was fantastic.
Cool. It's just our tradition that we have.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
I'm about to lose the battle and cross the line. I'm about to make another mistake, and even though I try to stay away, everything around me keeps dragging me in. I can't help thinking to myself, what if my time